Shalom, shalom. Kohalo Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rukakwadash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who teach 100% truth of the Bible. And you other brothers out there in the highways and byways, you hopeful elect out there, shalom. All right, here we go. I meant to go into this yesterday, but ran out of time. Actually, I was recording it and turned out the audio wasn't recording. It didn't pick up the audio, so here we go again. And Florida legislature passes Stop Woke Act, second controversial educational bill this week. Has passed what supporters have called the Stop Woke Act, a bill intended to limit how workplaces and classrooms around the state handle discussions surrounding critical race theory. Thursday's 24 and 15 vote in the state Senate come on the heels of the passage of another controversial educational bill known as, by critics, as the Don't Say Gay bill. The legislation at the center of Thursday's vote, also known as Stop Wrongs Against Our Kids and Employees Act, now moves to the desk of Governor DeSantis, who has been a vocal supporter since the bill's introduction. In Florida, we are taking a stand against the state-sanctioned racism that is critical race theory. All right, so here's the thing. This is what's happening. What's happening is the truth is now coming to the forefront. People are, doing their own digging. The truth is starting to come out, and these Edomites don't like it. Just cutting to the chase. These Edomites don't like it. These people in power are pretty much what these bills are trying to do is they're trying to brush everything under the rug or sweep everything under the rug like they've always done in history. They're trying to cover up their wicked history. And we're coming to a time where the truth is just going to be so in your face, you won't be able to deny it anymore. It's just going to come to that point where no matter what you do, no matter how many laws you make, the truth is going to be the truth. You can't cover. There's only so long you can cover it, before it starts, bearing its fruit. But they call it critical race theory, but in actuality, it's critical race facts. Like, history is history. That's your history, and and we're coming up on a time where Esau, Edom. These so-called Caucasians, these so-called white people, who originated from the Caucasus Mountains, the light is starting to be shown on them, and the shame is starting to come down upon them, and they're still trying to cover it up. They're trying to do everything they can to cover it up, especially these lawmakers, these elites, these higher ups. Because they know once, a certain group of people wake up, that this place is done. The kingdom is over. This place, is going to fall. So they're doing the best that they can to try and keep this place afloat as long as possible. And, they're failing. And this bill, the Stop Woke bill, it's just a sorry attempt at them trying to do that. We want to allow Florida's tax dollars to be spent teaching kids to hate our country or to hate each other. But see, that's the thing. This is the hypocrisy of this place. You can't handle it when negative things are brought out about you, and when people show hatred against you, but you've done it all your history. That's all you've ever done. you go to other countries, you destroy their lives, you take people's resources, you leave them with nothing, and then you have the nerve, you have the fucking audacity to tell them to pick themselves up by the bootstraps. Are you kidding me? The fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. We must protect Florida workers against the hostile work environment that is created when the large corporations force their employees to endure critical race theory-inspired training and indoctrination. No, what's indoctrination is what you've been teaching all these years in school. This is the hypocrisy of these people. Like, you know, they try to, you know, create their own truth, their own history, and make it to where it benefits them. If it doesn't benefit them, if it doesn't benefit these Edomites, then it's racism, and then it's not true. The bill's text, while not mentioning critical race theory by name, specifically targets employers who include training on critical race theory or racism, banning any training or credentials course that tries to teach an individual's moral character or status as either privileged or oppressed is necessarily determined by his or her race, color, sex, or national origin. Yeah, so let's not talk about systemic racism. Let's, not talk about how, you purposely ruin people's lives and then wonder why they can't get out of the hole that you threw them in. So this is pretty much, they're creating history. They're trying to rewrite history. The news comes days after the legislation also passed HB 1557, also called the Don't Say Gay Bill, which is focused on limiting classroom discussions surrounding sexuality from kindergarten through third grade. Which, it's probably something that should be done at home anyway. Stop Woke Act the critics have argued that the legislation will lead to unnecessary censorship in Florida schools. I can't get to the rest of it. Anyway, I made the point. Anyway, let me play this real quick.
I mean, seriously, guys, isn't it strange that with all of us in this giant series...
Well, I don't know what's going on there. Let me go ahead and grab this. Luke 12:2. For there is nothing covered that shall not be revealed, neither hid that shall not be known. Right, and this is what's happening in these last days. Things are coming to the forefront. The truth is coming up. The truth, there's a saying, you can't, the truth, something dealing with the truth kind of fights for itself. You don't really need to do much because the truth will eventually show itself. But when you make up history, when you create lies in history, you constantly have to cover yourself and constantly have to explain things. Therefore, whatsoever ye have spoken in darkness shall be heard in the light, and that which is spoken in the ear in closet shall be proclaimed upon the housetops. Right. And you got, the brothers out here in the truth, teaching the true teachings of the Bible. Not what they teach in these churches. These false preachers have no idea what they're just teaching. Whatever they were told to teach. And then of course you got the truthers out there. the people that, not necessarily teaching the scriptures, but, they see what's going on out there, and they're uh, bringing the darkness to the light. They're showing you people like, this is what's going on under your noses. This is what they're doing. You got Obadiah 1 and 6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right, because these elites, their main thing is to, they have power in secrecy. So, all these years, all these hundreds of years, they've been ruling in secrecy, and witchcraft, and as long as you didn't know about it, they had the power. But like I said, these days, things are coming out slowly. The darkness is being shown, and, their power is slowly being taken away from them. Obadiah 1 and 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee and prevailed against thee. They that eat thy bread have laid a wound under thee. There is none understanding in thee, in him. Right, so there's going to come a time where all these countries that, Babylon thinks are their friends or their allies, they're going to get tired of this place. They're going to get tired of the wickedness. They're going to get tired of the deception. They're going to see, they're going to be angry at the wickedness and at the shitty way that this country has treated the rest of the world. And they're going to be angry. And pretty much they're going to, almost everyone's going to turn on this place. Who the scriptures call Babylon, which is America. Shall I not in that day, says the Lord, even destroy the wise men out of Edom and understanding out of Esau? Right, these elites that are in power, all these people that, you call the Illuminati, or, whatever, all the names that you have for it, they're going to be, the Lord's going to take them out of power. It's going to be nothing for the Lord to do this. And thy mighty men, O Teman, shall be dismayed, to the end that every one of the mountain of Esau may be cut off by slaughter. Right, because this country, there's going to be lots of wars, race wars, civil wars. This country is going down in violence. Eventually, all this wickedness, because blood has to be spilled. The only way for this place, for true recompense, is for blood to be spilled. For those who spill blood, their blood must be spilled to make things right. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. Right, like I said before, you got all these things about, all this wickedness done, to the Israelites, who are the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Those are the true Hebrew Israelites of the Bible. All the horrific things that were done over the centuries, more and more is starting to come out, and it becomes worse and worse, like the more you learn about it. Like, the things that I learned as a child was bad enough, but as the days go on, like, things just keep on coming out, and it just makes it worse and worse. And these people out here are going to start feeling that shame. And they're not going to be able to hide it anymore. Because whether you think so, like, oh, I didn't have anything to do with it. I wasn't alive back then. Those were my ancestors. Well, you benefited from that. You benefited. A big portion of the world benefited from slavery. You benefited from keeping the Israelites down and keeping them in captivity. So you must pay as well. I don't know why this froze up on me, but anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, Wa Abba Baba. Shalom.